What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with the Power Book 2 Go season finale. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Everybody be sure to like, comment, and share. So we got the season finale of Power Book 2. It was the 10th episode. And I mean, basically, to me, it was just an episode to set up Power Book 4 Force, which is Tommy's spinoff. It was a pretty decent episode. I feel like it could have been better. I mean, it just feels like we killed Ghost for no reason. My whole thinking was originally when we heard about the spinoffs and Tariq killing Ghost that we was gonna kill Ghost for a reason. Tariq killed Ghost, or at least he said he killed Ghost for the same exact reason that Ghost, allegedly killed his father, because he was in the way. But now all of a sudden, Tariq understands and he's like, everything he did was for a reason, even if it hurted the people that's closest to him. So I'm just kind of not understanding why we had, I guess I just don't understand why we had to kill Ghost. Not to mention that me personally, Tariq Hustle was never in the streets. Tariq Hustle was always, as far as the drug game goes, like we know he had his little moments when he was with Ray, when he was with Kanan. But to me, the streets is not where he was going to belong, because to me, I felt like it would have benefited him more to see if he could flip his dad and teaching him the game. That way he can develop some connects in the street, find his own connect, and then kill Ghost. But that's not what happened. He strictly killed Ghost because he just wanted some shit to do. Then you got Tasha on the other hand. I guess the whole time we was watching Power, she was telling Ghost that she need to accept Tariq for who he is, and he's just a younger version of him. But now all of a sudden, Tasha wants Tariq out the game because the game has cost her too much, and she don't want to lose another child. And I'm just saying to myself, once again, I just felt like when I was watching this finale, it just really made Ghost, to me, look like an angel. It made Ghost's death look, there was no purpose behind his death whatsoever. And so I'm just having a hard time with understanding why we had to kill Ghost if this the direction we was gonna go in with Tariq. That's all I'm saying. So anywho, let me just get into the review of the show. So anywho, the show comes on. Monet and her security guard, Owl, they go and meet Rico. Now, I didn't do a review last week. I was out of town with the fam, Christmas, etc., etc. But see, they tried to kill, Monet because of Kane had nothing left him. So anyway, I guess Lorenzo reached out to Rico and was like, straighten things out. But Monet went there to, serve a purpose. Monet went there and killed Rico, and Owl killed his little bodyguard outside. And so, I get it. But, sometimes I just feel like, when I'm watching Power, I just don't understand why we killing our connect without having another connect lined up. Like, it just don't make any sense to me. Like, I remember when Ghost and Tommy killed Lobos or whatever his name. And you don't have we got to think these things through. That's all I'm saying. So anywho, moving on from there, Kane is about to sink Ramirez's body in the river or something. I don't know. And, he notices that Ramirez burner gets a phone call, and it's Monet. He takes the burner off of him, he destroyed the Sims car, etc., etc. But listen, this whole Kane situation, Kane is out of control. I know a lot of people, compare him to Tommy. And I will say they do a good job of trying to give his killing scenes a Tommy effect. But it's just different. It's just different because even when Tommy would go on his killing spree, I cannot remember right now at the top of my head that he would just kill an ally. Like, I know even when Tommy wanted to, off Proctor because Proctor had the recording that could put him and Ghost away, he didn't. He tried, if I'm not mistaken, but ultimately he realized, that wasn't the best idea. So anywho, this episode, the theme of this season, I know y'all have seen it. It seems like every episode somehow we get a scene of Tariq running. And so I believe it's something significant behind this boy always goddamn running, but he running the class. Come to find out from Lauren, the class is canceled because Professor Milgram, aka, Carrie and Jabari is still interviewing students. And, she asked Tariq why is he dressed the way he's dressed. And I mean, he was going to court with a burgundy suit on. And I'm just, that's not appeasing on the iron court. I always was, let me not put it out there. But I thought when you go to court, you want to put on some strong colors, such as a dark blue, navy blue, black, or something like that. It just kind of, it's a strong, but it's a subtle color. But the whole burgundy suit to go to court with, I believe it was a hint of pink in there too. I just wasn't feeling it. So anywho, moving on from there, Tariq notices that Everett is going to interview with Jabari and Carrie. Now Everett look pussy ass, cause I say what he is. He telling all the business. He telling everything that pretty much went down the night where the GTG boys pulled a gun on Zeke and didn't shoot Zeke, and Jabari asking all the questions. Well, why didn't Zeke get shot in the knee? And so then he put his cousin Drew, knocked the gun away. And then, thankfully, Monet scared some sense into Carrie because she steps in and she asked the question that needed to be asked to recant everything that he just said. She asked him how many drinks did he have that night, and he couldn't even tell her how many drinks he had. And so he leaves, and Carrie was like, Jabari, we can't really use this. He don't know what night the hell we talking about. He was so, and Jabari ain't listening. Jabari already done put 1 and 2 and 3 together. He already know the whole story. And so Jabari leaves and, tells Carrie, let them meet up later. And see, this the crazy thing right here, man. As they leaving, guess who waiting on Carrie? Zeke. And he had the audacity to say, let's talk, and grab her by the elbow as if Jabari, this dude, this clown, that's exactly what it is. He don't understand what a low profile is. They go into Carrie office. Meanwhile, y'all know Jabari over in his office. He pissed off. Damn, I was wrong about Tariq. That's clearly what he was saying in his head. And so Zeke is mad because she went to the police, and now he say he got to let his family know what's going on so they can get in front of Carrie and say, listen, I got this. Let me handle this. We don't want this to come back to you. And Zeke is like, man, if I'm tired of this, ain't no NBA team gonna want me. It's over for me. Like, that boy, I'm not gonna believe that's how he speak in real life. I'm gonna just charge it to the game. That's how he acting on the show. But the way he be talking, man, the internet be killing him all day, every day on Sunday. So anywho, like I said, he says that he needs to tell his family, and she said that she'll handle it. And so Jabari in his office, and he pulling up information on Zeke, and guess who he sees? He sees the picture of Tariq, Monet, Drew, Diana at the game this past weekend against Yale, and he notices Drew from when he followed Tariq. And like I said, Jabari done put all of this together. Like, all of this. But the interesting thing, I don't really understand how he knows exactly the light-skinned guy is Drew. I guess the only thing I'm struggling with knowing. So anywho, Drew in the hospital. Kane come visiting him. Long story short with this, Drew, everybody is telling Kane what he needs to understand. Kane is blaming This, Drew getting shot on Tariq and Ramirez. Kane, Drew is like, nigga, you fucked up. You went against the family because you didn't like the direction things going. Don't you understand that you the reason that all of this shit is happening? Kane, I don't know what it is about Kane, but he refuses to acknowledge and accept the fact that he is not Tariq, it's you. But see, I will say this. What kills me, and I'm going to talk about it because this episode, y'all know Tasha get out of, she get her charges dropped and all that good stuff. So she go visit Monet to basically buy back Tariq. And Monet says, nah, fuck that. I get the mother angle you come in at, but he belongs to me now. It is what it is. But see, and Monet told Tasha, like, look, I changed my whole organization because of your son. So he definitely can't go. And so here's what I say about Kane when it comes to blaming Tariq. If you're going to be a drug family, a drug kingpin, a drug mafia, you need some street soldiers. You don't need no Stansfield soldiers. You get what I'm saying? Because you done moved all your product off the streets. Who with you in the streets if you got to go to war? Now, I get it. Selling drugs through Tariq on a college campus, you shouldn't have to expect no war. I get it. But your family come from that lifestyle, so you need the streets with you and behind you. So from that aspect, I understand why Kane is so angry, because it's like Kane is saying we losing the streets. We losing what made us. We losing, our upbringing. But he got to chill out with all that. So like I say, Drew telling him to leave. Drew told him straight up, like, nigga, you the reason all this happening. The quicker you look in the mirror and realize that, the quicker you can possibly come back home. And Drew don't even want to see his ass. So anywho, moving on. Tariq goes to court. Guess who he see in court? None other than Sack's niece, Riley. Now, what is the significance of her being in court? I have no idea. She is in court basically being nosy, if we being honest. She's not an expert witness. He can't put her on the stand and say that she drugged the boy and they followed him and she cloned his phone. She can't do none of that. So what is the reason that little lying heifer is there? Tariq sees her. So Tariq gets called to the stand, and nowhere in the world Sachs thought this was going to end good for him. I mean, calling Tariq to the stand, too much can go wrong. And I guess that's one of the problems that I had with this finale. No way in the world did Sachs believe he was going to be able to get Tariq to admit to killing his father on the stand. Knowing everything that Tariq, even though Sachs did not know that Tariq knew he followed him and had his niece and doing all that. The simple fact that Tariq knew and told you that he knew you was in truth that night, I wouldn't have put him on the stand. Because as soon as he started asking Tariq questions about was he at truth that night and was he there with his mama, Tariq said, yeah, I was there, but I also seen you there with a gun. That's why I wanted to put him up there. It just didn't make sense to me. And so then the judge gets involved, asks Tariq to answer the question. And so he asked the question again. And then Tariq put it out there. Agent Sachs had a non-police informant or whatever drug me. And I went to my father's grave that night under the influence, said some few things, and he recorded me saying these things, and he followed me there, and he isn't the only one that knew about this. So the judge is looking at Davis and Sachs, and see, the crazy part about this whole scene was Davis thought he was in the clear. He did. He thought he was in the clear, and he's sitting back laughing while Tariq schools Sachs. And so the judge calls them back into her chambers. Of course, Steven, Sachs' boss, he pissed off because he's like, what in the hell? First of all, he didn't lose his job too because he know better than putting Sachs in this type of position. He bust up in the chambers and tell the judge basically he running shit for her to leave, and he put it on the table like this. Sachs, you got to quit as soon as these charges are dropped. Next, Tasha, your charges gonna get dropped, but you gonna help us put this murder on Tommy Egan, even though we know he didn't do it. We'll give you witness protection, and that's it. And Davis McClain, he's just sitting there asking, like, well, what can you do for us or whatever the case is. But see, even this scene pissed me off because he came in and seen that, the Democratic Party now has no one to take the fall for James St. Patrick murder. At this point, the Democratic Party let it go. Out of all the people, we're going to go after Tommy Egan. Why couldn't it have been Rashad Tate that we're going to frame? Why couldn't it be Rashad Tate? So anyways, Tasha agrees to it. So they let Tasha out of jail. Davis is there waiting with a whole press conference, and he want her to read off a statement that he wrote, but she said F that. She made a statement, and then she go over to Tariq and Yaz and Big Mama, and she tell Tariq that they gonna run because she not gonna snitch on Tommy. It just didn't sit right with me. It just didn't sit right, because my whole thing is, what the hell you think you're gonna run to in these United States of America when the Democratic Party wants you to put Tommy Egan behind bars because they need somebody to take the fall for your husband's murder? So, anywho, moving on, that happened. Like I said, Tasha go visit Monet. Tommy come over there and shoot up the place, and she recognized Tommy car when he drives off, and so she know that Tommy back in town. So she pull up on Tariq at Stansfield or whatever the school called, and tells him that they have to go now. She'll figure out how to get some money later because Tommy is trying to kill her. And Tariq tells her that, give him a little time to get some money so they can do this the right way. And she says, Tariq, no, Tommy's a fucking killer. And Tariq said, I'm a killer too, Ma. I had a problem with that. I had a problem with that. Y'all may have loved it, but I had a problem with it because let me tell you why. I seen online where some people were saying two of his bodies don't count, but I'm not going to say they didn't count. Here's the reason I say I have a problem with that. Tariq isn't a killer. He don't kill just to kill. You get what I'm saying? I also feel like Tariq does not kill to quote unquote get ahead. Even though he killed his daddy to quote unquote get ahead, he didn't benefit any by killing his father. He killed Ray Ray for revenge. A lot of the killing that Tommy does, as well as that Ghost did, is to get ahead of whatever situation that they in. Whether it's a competition, somebody gonna snitch on them, or you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. I don't feel like Tariq, and then he only got two bodies at this point. So I mean, you ain't really no killer, bro. I mean, I get it. You killed your father, which is probably the stupidest shit you could have done, but I just can't label him as a killer because since he killed Ghost, to me, he was supposed to kill Tamika. He was also supposed to kill the Scripper girl. I can't think of her name right now. And he didn't kill either one of them because he was panicking in the moment. Anywho, so Tasha trusts him. She gonna give him some time to figure out some things, and so he makes a call. He calls Jabari. Early in the episode, Jabari texts Tariq to come see him after him and Braden made up about the whole Riley situation. And Tariq goes and see Jabari, and Jabari pretty much put it all out there that he know he's selling drugs. He know he working with the Tejada family. He know who Drew is. The only thing that he cannot put together is who killed the man in the pool. And I'm saying to myself, I knew he downloaded the tutoring app, but he never ordered from it. So how in the hell do he know that Tariq is selling drugs? I know he fought Tariq to go meet up with Drew, and he seen Drew give Tariq a bag, but he does not know what was in the bag. Now, this is all assumption. And so, anywho, so Jabari is so fascinated with Tariq. I was happy he kind of came clean and told Tariq he wants to write, you know what I'm saying, a book about him, about his life, because he intrigues him and he willing to give him an advance or some of his advance money to do it. And so, like I said, now that Tariq is in trouble, he calls Jabari for the advance to get the money. So, so Tariq is gonna get the money from Jabari. So before he go and meets with Jabari, he gets a visit from Zeke. Zeke basically tells Tariq that he wish he would have stayed away from his auntie Monet like he asked him to, because then he also tells, you know what I'm saying, Tariq that Ramirez is dead. No, well, Diana told Tariq Ramirez is dead, and I believe Tariq might have told Zeke, or Zeke told Tariq something. I don't really know, but moral of the story is Zeke told Tariq that Monet don't tell people everything that they need to know. And I just thought that was telling, because it may come a situation in the future season where he goes against Monet. I can kind of see that. But anywho, that was that. Like I said, Tariq meets with Diana. Diana tells Tariq that, Kane is out of control. He killed Ramirez, and for him to watch his back. And Tariq tell Diana, I got you. I got us. The whole nine. I'm just like, boy, sit down somewhere. You got that girl head so far gone that it don't really make no sense. So, anywho, moving on, Monet going to visit Lorenzo to talk about, the situation with Rico. Lorenzo mad at Monet because, like I said, you shouldn't have killed him. You don't have another connect. And so now Lorenzo is telling Monet that Kane is the solution. He can get the GTG boys and link back up with them, move product and get a plug. And Monet says no. The only thing she want Lorenzo to do is to find out where Ramirez is. And he said, I'll find out whatever Ramirez is, but it better just be for work purposes only. So I'm wondering, has somebody told him that Monet is sleeping with Ramirez? So, I don't know. So anyways, she leaves. She busts up into the GTG spot, catches Kane. Kane getting in some cooler. And she asked Kane where's Ramirez. And Kane said something to the lines of, he'll never be a problem again, or some junk like that. And so she was like, oh, past tense. So she knew right then and there Kane killed him. And she pretty much told Kane, like, boy, I told you, if you don't stay out my way, I'm going to lay you down. This is it. We done. Listen, I don't feel bad for Kane at all, but like I said earlier, I understand his frustration. His frustration comes because they have no street soldiers behind them. And they need them. I mean, it's just that simple. So, anywho, moving on, we get a scene where Sax is having sex with Jenny. Sax's phone ring. Basically, he get a notification that Tommy Egan's mother, Kate Egan car has been reported stolen. And now he got to go and put Tommy away to keep his job. Now, I don't really know why I'm reviewing the show instead of just ranting about what I disliked about the show. So after Tommy tried to kill Tasha the first time with shooting at Monet, Tariq paid Tommy a visit. Tommy went to go see Cash, and Tariq knew exactly where to find Tommy. Tommy come out, and the first thing he tells Tariq is, I promised your father I wouldn't kill you. But he ain't promised his father he wouldn't kill Tasha. So, long story short, this scene, Tariq is like, what if I got a solution that'll make all of us happy? And so the solution was to fake Tommy death. So y'all seen it. Tasha was the mule. Chase comes. Sax in the backseat with Tasha. Tommy go on the run. He run into something. He jump out. The car blow up. They think Tommy dead. Boom, 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 boom. I just thought it was the stupidest, simplistic storyline ever to get Tommy off the hook. So meanwhile, after that happened, Tariq go and meet with Jabari. And Jabari gives him the money. Kane comes out of nowhere, shoots Jabari. And now Tariq got to talk Kane into why he's trustworthy, why he's been doing everything that he's been doing, trying to talk some sense into Kane, and tells him that he killed Ramirez, and say, let's kill this fool with Ramirez gun. Everybody knew he was dirty. As long as the body is gone for good. Tariq tells Kane, go somewhere where everybody can see you. Then Tariq finishes off Jabari. And what pissed me off in this moment is because Tariq talked to Jabari. I had to kill my best friend. I did not know Ray Ray was your best friend. He also told Jabari that he had to kill his father. Now, good thing he killed Jabari, shot him in the head and made sure he was dead, because You just telling all your business. You don't know who around. You don't know who could be listening. The whole time Kane is around the tree listening, making sure he kill him. I just didn't really like the way Tariq killed Jabari. I really didn't. And Tariq pretty much ended with like, I can't let you write a book about me. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna fix nothing at all. So he kills Jabari. Davis McClain paid Sachs a visit to offer him a job. Tasha is at the graveyard crying to Raina, and Tariq comes and Tariq asks, where's Yaz? And she said, I'm leaving Yaz with Big Mama. Me and you gonna run. Yaz is not like us. And I'm just saying to myself, why did Ghost have to die again? Can somebody explain to me why did Ghost have to die again? So, of course, Tommy is out there trying to kill her. So Tariq had to call the police. They come and pick Tasha up because it was a threat on her life. Now we writing Tasha off into the wind because she going into witness protection with no money, none of her children, no boyfriend, no husband or nothing. I just don't get it. I really don't. Then Tommy pulled up on Tariq and told him, and Tariq said, I did what I had to do, Uncle Tommy, because I knew I couldn't trust you. I just don't get it. If you knew you couldn't trust him, why come up with a plan to fake his murder so that everything would be cool? It just don't make no sense to me. And then Monet pulls a gun on Tommy. Tommy ain't scared at all. Tommy like, I don't know who the F this is, but they better kill me. Look, man, the show went off with Tommy leaving and Monet telling Tariq, come on, the family is waiting. So like I said, here's pretty much how it goes. Tariq got him a new family. Tasha in the wind. This episode pretty much set up the spinoff for Tommy's Power Book 4 Force. But another thing that really bothered me about this episode too is the simple fact that Tommy came back to kill Tasha because she putting the murder of Ghost on him, and he had to see it on TV or see it somewhere. What bothered me the most is that Tommy came back to New York and got in his or drove his blue Mustang back to New York, knowing the police are looking for him. That just didn't make any sense to me. It just didn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. It was a little dry rant at the end of the video, but listen, it was a decent episode. It was, but see, all I'm saying is when I watched this episode and the last 2 or 3 episodes, I just find myself asking myself, why did Ghost have to die? He didn't die for the good of the show. I just don't know. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment sections below. Y'all be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm out of here. Peace. Hey, appreciate you for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out all of the other Al Bear review videos.